children, can you see the cars here? Look at the wheels of the car. The wheels of the car make a clockwise turn when the car moves forward. And the wheels of the car make a counterclockwise turn when the car moves backward. So the topic for today's lesson is turns in 2D shapes, and we will be using 2D shapes for more understanding on this topic. In this objective, we must know what is a clockwise turn and a counterclockwise turn, and also how quarter turn and a half turn is done in the 2D shapes. Okay, look here. Tell me the names of these two shapes. Yes, it's a rectangle and a triangle. Now, based on these shapes, we're going to learn how to make turns. Before that, let's see what a turn is. Turn is another way to move a shape to create a congruent image. And when we make a turn, we create a new shape, and that is called an image. So original shape is the shape we have, and the new shape that's created after making a turn is called an image. When we are making a turn, it is described by three things. Number 1, turn center. Number 2, direction of turn. And number 3, size of the turn. First, let's focus on the turn center. To create an image, we must move the shape around the turn center. Remember that the turn center is always fixed. Next is the direction of the turns. There are two directions of turns as shown in the wheels of the car. When the shape moves towards the right, it makes a clockwise turn. And when the shape moves towards the left, it makes a counterclockwise turn. Finally is the size of the image. Now the size of the image do not change even after turning. The image will remain congruent to the original shape. Let's check how the turns are done in a 2D shape. First, let's focus on the 90 degree or quarter turn clockwise. For that, let's use the grids. Look at this rectangle. Let's count the number of grids the shape is covering. The length of the rectangle has 7 grids and the width has 4 grids. We must keep in mind that the image we create after the turn has the same length and width. The red dot is the turn center, and using that fixed turn center, an image should be created. Look carefully to what happens with the rectangle after the quarter turn clockwise. The shape takes the clockwise direction, and the size we are taking is quarter or 90 degree turn. Check the angle between these two shapes is 90 degree. Let's try again with this triangle. This time we will take counterclockwise turn. Let's count the number of grids the shape is covering. The base of the triangle is 7 grids and the height has 5 grids. Now look carefully to see what happens to the shape after quarter turn counterclockwise. Now you can see the image created after making a quarter turn of counterclockwise, and the angle created between the two shapes is also 90 degree. So from the two examples shown above, we must know that the angle should be 90 degree no matter which directions we take. In the second part, we will be focusing on 180 degree or half turn. Let's take the same shape for our second part also. First with the rectangle, and we know the length and width of this shape and also how it's supposed to look after the turn. This time the size of the turn is 180 degree and the turn we are supposed to take is clockwise. Now can you see the image created after making a half turn of clockwise? And the angle created between the two shapes is also 180 degree. Let's use the triangle for counterclockwise direction. We will be following the same rule but just the opposite direction of how we did. Now can you see the image created after making a half turn of counterclockwise? And the angle created between these two shapes is 180. Here also, no matter what direction we take, but the angle should be 180. Now let's try out some exercise. Read the question carefully. Which one is the correct image after a quarter turn clockwise? A, B, C or D? The correct answer is A. And the second question is, which one is the correct image after a half turn counterclockwise? A, B, C or D? The correct image is B. Thank you and happy learning.